Time magazine has named Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as the person of the year. It was sort of really a pot shot to President Trump, right? More than a tribute to the two Democrats. Here's the thing, though. It was really bad because this stuff happens all the time, is that this year particularly, the magazine, they missed an amazing opportunity to honor true heroes, particularly this year. I mean, the frontline workers. That makes my Time magazine my loser of the week. I want to bring in District Media President Beverly Hallberg. Beverly, golly, is there ever a time when they just don't let this sort of stuff? It's so petty at this point. I mean, we know you can't say the pandemic, this is the worst thing that's happened to the world in a century, and then not the people who've gotten us through it, not give them props.
Yeah, there's no doubt that 2020 is also important because of this election. We only have a presidential election every 4 years, but we will remember 2020 as the year of the pandemic. As you said, it should have been focused maybe on frontline workers. I'll even give you another idea. What about pharmaceutical companies who at record speed, or shall we say warp speed, have produced numerous vaccines, one that was approved by the FDA yesterday, the one produced by Pfizer. We hope to get that out before the end of the year so people can start taking it. I think there's so much we could point to, maybe even moms out there who are homeschooling or having to help their kids virtually learn at home. There's so many things we could have picked, should have been around the pandemic, but I think we expect this from Time magazine.
Yeah, we do, but it's disappointing. And I'll just add, I put this out on Twitter earlier, and people have been just inundating me with great suggestions. So I agree, folks. Truck workers, sanitation workers, let's give them a shout out, flight attendants, small business owners, janitors, the military, the clergy, the mothers, everyone who's gotten us through this, well-deserving, should be on that list. All great choices. So Twitter sphere, thank you so much. Keep that tweet alive. All right, I want to talk about my other loser of the week. Are those who feel like, that they know better than kids and their own parents. I've got two cases, sort of similar though. Activision banning a 6-year-old gaming prodigy, Rowdy Rogan, from playing Call of Duty, and a mall Santa telling a kid that he could not ask for a Nerf gun for Christmas. Beverly, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, look, we've seen this in education where teachers have tried to bypass parents. Now we're seeing it go into different areas. Like you mentioned, this one video game. By the way, this young boy who plays extremely well, his father plays with him. His father is there with him. We need to let parents decide. That kid called that Santa bad Santa. I think I understand why. We need to let parents make the decisions. But I think woke ideology out there thinks they know better than you. There's a lot of policing going on. And I think that's definitely the loser of the year, one of the losers.
All right, I'm going to yield the floor to you for your winner and your loser of the week.
Well, let me start with my winner. You mentioned this at the beginning of your show today, and that is Disney Plus. They did come out yesterday and talk about how many subscribers they expect to have in 2024. They really have figured out how to excel at this streaming game. But here's why I want to point them out. They mentioned yesterday that they have 10 new series that are based on Star Wars. Now, I know you, Charles, love Star Wars. I grew up on the classic trilogy. But here's what they've done so well about it, including in The Mandalorian, which has had rave reviews, is they've been able to write content that works for people who know the Star Wars background, but also for the younger generation who's brand new to it. So they've really been able to figure out how to use their content well. So Disney Plus is my winner, and my loser of the week is the news media, who have struggled all year to be able to handle this Hunter Biden controversy, if they've even covered it at all. And specifically, I want to point out a CNN anchor, Kate Baldwin, who had an embroidered sweater that said facts first on it yesterday. I agree with the sentiment, but I would say just make sure that your network covers the facts.